Wow! Welcome back. My name's Mark. I'm 48 years old and I was a fat fuck. I was 92 and a half kilos and now I'm 78 and a half kilos in 11 weeks, and I look like this. So before we go on, don't forget, like, subscribe, drop me a comment. I'd love to know about your journey. I'd love to know what you think about what you're seeing here. I wanted to share this video because I've been on a journey for the last 12, well, this is just coming up to 12 weeks. Just had my 11-week check-in. In this period, I've lost 14 kilos, which is crazy. It's been a crazy, crazy journey. So I wanted to share this with you because I know you're sitting there eating that fucking donut. Yeah, so put it down, fat fuck. Because I was where you are right now 12 weeks ago. And today I'm the fittest and healthiest I've been in a very, very long time. In fact, I'm the lightest I've been in a very, very long time, which is unbelievable. So I wanted to share a little bit of my journey, tell you guys that it's possible. It is possible. But today in this video, I'm going to go through what you'll need to get started, my diet at the moment, and also some supplements that I use, which I've found over the period to be very, very useful, and also just some of the challenges that you go through in this process, because it's full of head games. It's crazy. But let's get started. So what will you need to start? Well, I suggest you get yourself well acquainted with one of these. Bathroom scale, anyone, doesn't matter. I weigh myself every day, first thing in the morning, pretty much, as you after you get up. That's the best way. I found that that's the best way and the most accurate way to because your weight can change a lot during the day as you eat, obviously, but do it first thing in the morning. And a kitchen scale. Get a digital one. Really, really important, just for measuring food. You'll need that as well. There also My Fitness Pal, the app. Download that. That will help you count all your calories. Counting calories is the way to go with this. There is no other way. It's all about the numbers, and it will keep you responsible. It will keep you accountable, and it will help you through the journey. So there's the three major things to get you started. The next thing, I suppose, is resistance training. Resistance training is an important part of it. I am lucky enough to be in a position where I got some coaching. So not on a regular basis. It's a weekly check-in type sort of stuff, but they set up my fitness regime, I suppose, my program. So if you can find someone to do that for you, I use Physique Factory. They're brilliant. And I can't speak highly enough of them. But you don't have to use them. You could use whoever you want, or just find your own program, resistance program, and just make sure that you switch it up every 4 or 5 weeks, just so that you're doing different stuff. I do push-pull legs and arms. That's the program that I use. I suppose to get started, I'm on 1,410 calories a day. And a couple of little cheats in that. You don't have to count salad. If you can get those bags, if you're watching here in Australia, Coles and Woolworths do bags of like a coleslaw type sort of stuff, just full of cabbage and kale and that kind of stuff. I eat a bag of that a day, easy. So yeah, and plus your protein. So my makeup in my program, in my diet, is 170 grams of protein, 50 fat, and 70 carbs. Now, this is probably a lot of information for you to be taking in, but if you're just starting out on this journey. But I tell you what, this is all stuff that you need to know and you need to get familiar with. Because counting your calories and watching what you eat is really, really important. Protein. I have protein with everything. So first thing in the morning, for example, I have a high protein yogurt, 175 grams of high protein yogurt, a low carb granola. I have about 10 or 20 grams of that, and 40 grams of fruit, being berries or being a blueberry or a raspberry or something along those sorts of lines. That's what I'm consuming first thing in the morning. Also, as a breakfast option, which is a much more calories. It comes out at about 480 odd calories, I think. Is half a cup of egg white, one whole egg, about 110 grams of turkey breast, and an English muffin. Um, and I also use this is going to sound weird, but I also use a high protein peanut butter on that. I have it all together. Yeah, I have about 10 or 20 grams of a high protein, low fat peanut butter, which is amazing. um, yeah, so that's that, and that will normally get me out until about 1 o'clock ish, 1:30, something like that, and then I might have a smaller lunch. At the moment, with the yogurt in the morning, I will have for lunch. I've just picked up some athletes nutrition meals, low carb athletes nutrition meals. They're very good. They're about 350 grams each. And they come in at about 360 calories, something like that. You do have to be careful with using those types of meals, because you can use up your calories very, very quickly. They'll fly past like that. So just be careful, be aware of that. And then for dinner, I'll have chicken breasts, I fillet steak. Watch out for steak. So any steaks that you eat, yeah, mostly I use an I fillet and salad, and a hot sauce. Hot sauce is your god save. So yeah, find yourself a good hot sauce as well. I mean, I've swapped around to a whole bunch of them, but yeah, they're excellent. I might throw in some tomato and some cucumber and that sort of stuff in my salads as well. Again, they're high water, so it's not a big problem. You don't have to worry about counting them. Yeah, I include them in my calories just because that's what I'm doing, but you don't have to include them because it's just high water stuff. So yeah, so that would be pretty much my advice from a bulk, trying to eat as much as you possibly can. The salads is the way to go. And steamed veg, you just need to be careful because they can be a little bit. They're good in fiber, but they can be a little bit high in carb as well. So you just need to watch that. So the next thing, I suppose, to discuss is supplements. And I've got a shitload of supplements. First thing in the morning, I start out with a creatine. I use genetics now. Something to watch with creatine. I started off using Masashi. Masashi was great. It was really good. But I changed to genetics, and I had to go through a loading process again. And I ended up putting on, in 24 hours, I ended up putting on 1.5 kilos of water. So you just need to be a little bit aware of that. If you do go changing your creatine, just be aware that you may end up storing some water in doing that. The next thing, before I work out, I use an L-carnitine. This is really good. Again, genetics, they're brilliant. I find it's really good. And I use a genetics Stimifex, which is awesome as well. Post-workout, I will have amino acids. This one's alpha apple blackcurrant. Tastes kind of like Ribena, I suppose. Yeah, I just sip on that while I'm having breakfast and whatnot. And then it's really essential that you get yourself some good vitamins just to support your system. I use a multivitamin, also zinc, which is really, really good, and K2, and D3 as well. Just some capsules. Any brand, doesn't matter. I use bioceuticals, but whatever you can find and whatever you can get. So the only other supplements that I take is magnesium. I take 1,000 milligrams every night. Helps you sleep, helps you recover. Sleep is your friend. So yeah, just make sure that you're getting enough of it. I try to get 7 or 8 hours sleep a night, maybe even some nights if I'm restless, it'll come down into the 6s, but 7 or 8 hours would be ideal. The only other thing which I've started using is Emerald Labs sleep gummies. These are unreal. they knock you out, like in terms of that, just when you're ready to go to sleep. It's all natural. They're Australian made. Yeah, they're fantastic. Really, really good. I've found that it helps me relax and just puts me in the right space to go to bed. So just before, I literally take it probably 10 or 20 minutes before I'm ready for bed. And yeah, I go straight out, which is awesome. The only other thing we need to talk about is protein. So get yourself a good whey protein. Again, this is genetics. I found them to be really good. Got great flavors, a great range of flavors. And yeah, everyone at Nutrition Warehouse has really looked after me with all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's everything that I've been through. So everything that you put in your mouth pretty much is what's important. The rest of it, the exercise and whatnot. I mean, I do cardio 7 days a week now. I started out doing cardio twice a week, just 30 minutes at a time. And as I lost more and more weight, I just found that I not only needed to do more cardio because I needed to suppress my appetite, but also just because I wanted to strip more and I wanted to get out of this cut as soon as possible. The longer you're in a cut, the harder it gets. So yeah, the quicker you can get out of it mentally, it's tough. It's a real draw. So, yeah, so that's pretty much everything that I've been using over the time. Yeah, just watch your calories. That's all I can say. My journey has been one of, I started out, I mean, you burn through fat so quick. I mean, it's the first few weeks, you just feel like it comes off relatively easily, and then as it goes on, as the journey goes on, it gets harder and harder just because the body's got less to draw on. So yeah, you need to fuel it. And I suppose the most important thing for your dieting point of view is just leaving things until later in the day. So don't eat first thing in the morning. I train fasted, so I'm generally not eating breakfast until 9:30, 10 o'clock type sort of stuff. The only other thing which I've found is steps. Count your steps. I do over 15,000 steps a day generally. You'll find that doing steps it seems difficult at first, but I've found that if I go and walk my dogs and then walk to the gym, by the time I've done that, I'm already at 7,000 or something like that, and walking home again. Yeah. So I'm already 7 or 8,000 steps. And that's before I've even had breakfast. So it's crazy. I suppose the only other thing which I will say to you is black coffee will become your friend. It is I wasn't drinking coffee when I started, but it is so good for suppressing your appetite. Yeah, really, really helpful. And then I suppose in terms from a liquids point of view, keep your water up. And also I'm using Gatorade no sugar. I drink a couple of those a week. Yeah, just on and off days, I found them to be really useful as well. So that's my journey. That's where I've ended up. So I've lost 14 kilos in 11 weeks, which is mental. So yeah, it's a journey, but you can do it and it's possible. And that's the most important thing, just to know that it is possible. So yeah, so I've gone from being a big fat fuck to one who's lean and a machine. And yeah, that's been a really cool journey. So thanks so much for watching. If you like everything you're seeing, don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit those comments. Let me know where you're up to in your journey. I'd love to know where you're up to in your journey. See you soon.